Hey, what's up guys? In this video I will show you how to change the voltage regulator on this Mercedes with the engine code M111. The first symptoms will be these two warning lights on the screen, which are saying that either the battery or alternator is not delivering the regular amount of voltage to the system. As you can see, the first one looks like a warning and the second one is more like an emergency. So if you get one of these messages on the dashboard, begin by checking the battery voltage, which after have been sitting for let's say 1 day, it should be around 12.6 volts. Then when you crank the engine and start the car, the voltage should not drop below 10 volts. Now while the car is running, the alternator should charge the battery and keep it up to 14.2 volts or 14.7 volts. As you can see in my situation, the alternator does not charge properly the battery, so it means that the alternator is bad or the voltage regulator is running on emergency mode, as I will show you in a minute. In most of the situations, the alternator runs fine since they have simple running mechanism, so it's very possible that changing the voltage regulator will solve the problem. And since the voltage regulator for this car costs just 10% from the price of a new alternator, it's best to try it out and replace it as a first attempt. But that only if there are no signs of heavy damage on existing alternator, like physical damage or short circuits caused by water or oil leaks. So after I lift the front of the car and remove the bottom plastic cover, the alternator is located on the passenger side just above the front wheel axle. The voltage regulator is located behind the alternator, so since there is not much space to work on it, the standard procedure is to remove the alternator first. However, it is possible to remove the voltage regulator with the alternator on, which I'm going to attempt now. So after I disconnect the negative terminal of the battery from the engine bay, I can begin by disconnecting the electric connector from the back of the alternator as well. Then with a 13mm wrench, undo the positive terminal wire. Next, with a 15mm wrench and a long extension, use it through the frame and undo the second nut. The last thing that holds the plastic cover on, it's a bolt which needs a screwdriver in cross. So if you don't have one of those long flexible screwdrivers, use a tiny ratchet and a cross screwdriver bit in a 1/4 of an inch socket, as you can see over here, and use it as a screwdriver to undo the bolt. Next, there is going to be one more 30mm nut on the same positive terminal as before, and the plastic cover will come out. Then, using the same improvised screwdriver, I will undo the last two nuts which holds the regulator on. You can expect some struggle while removing these bolts, but with a mirror to guide yourself and some patience, the job can be done. With the regulator off, I can show you how this works. It has two copper pins which are pushed outwards by a spring inside the regulator. So when you install the regulator on, the pins will push against the axle of the alternator, which is the output positive terminal of the alternator. So when the pins got warmed up, the alternator will not charge the battery on your car correctly, or when let's say the regulator does not work, you will get higher voltage coming in when you rev up the engine than when you will get while it is on idle. And one more thing you will notice is that one pin is longer than the other in order to not get both of them warmed up and give you some extra kilometers to drive after you get the warning lights on. With that being said, I can begin to install the new voltage regulator on. I screw in those two crosshead screwdriver bolts. Then I place the plastic cover back, followed by the 15mm flat nut and the 13mm nut. The positive wire on top of the 30mm nut and tight it with the second nut.
There we go.
And after I connect the electric cables back and I screw in the last bolt for the plastic cover, I can connect the battery and test the car. Now let's see the moment of truth. If you remove the battery, you're gonna have to do like this. And there we go. There are no codes. The alternator is charging. No more problems. Alright guys, that was it. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And until next time, drive safe and I will see you soon.